Good morning. Today we are discussing about testing of alternators. Actually, it is coming under the module 2. We have complete almost all the topics in module 2, and only one topic is remaining in that: voltage regulation methods. So before that, you should understand about the different tests we are conducting in a generator, synchronous generator. So first one is open circuit test. In an open circuit test, the alternator is running at a rated synchronous speed and the load terminals are kept open. So here you can see that the load terminals are open here. It is open here, and a DC supply is given to the field circuit. Now this machine is rotated at a synchronous speed. Field current first it is set to 0, and then gradually it is increased by step. So this is an open circuit, and field circuit first it is 0 and it is increased gradually, and in each case we have to measure the terminal voltage. Actually it is the induced EMF ET measured at each step. Now a graph is drawn between this open circuit voltage and the field current. What we will get, actually EMF equation is 4.44 into F into phi into T. So 4.44 into F into phi into T, this is the EMF equation. In this, whenever this DC supply or IF is increased, means which quantity will be changing? Flux phi is changing. So E is always directly proportional to phi, because we are always rotating at the same speed. So frequency is not changing, number of turns also not changing, and flux is directly proportional to IF. So we are expecting a linear cara. That means it should be a linear curve, but there are two variations happening to the curve. Actually this is E versus IF curve should be a linear. So the actually one variation is, it is starting from this point. It is not starting from 0. It is starting from a point which is some positive values there. Why this? You may be studying in case of DC machines. Whenever IF is 0, then also there is a flux which is known as residual flux. So when this residual flux is cut, an EMF is induced which is known as residual EMF. So even though IF is 0, then also there is an EMF which is known as the residual EMF. So this cara is starting from this point, and it will be a straight line for this. It will be a linear curve for this region. And after that, what is happening? This flux is becoming a constant after some time. It is known as saturation, and the EMF is also a constant. So this cara is similar to the cara of a DC machine. So you already know that. And if we are drawing a line which is a tangent to this cara, or if it is completely linear, then that line or ideal cara, it is an ideal OCC, is known as an air gap line. So this is the open circuit cara. Now what about short circuit test? Here instead of open circuit, we are short circuiting the terminals, and the field circuit is given with a DC supply. Field current is increased gradually in steps, and the armature current is measured at each step. At each step here we are measuring the armature current. Field current is increased to get armature current up to 150% of its value, its rated value, armature current value. A graph is plotted between armature current and the field current. This characteristics is obtained is known as a short circuit cara. Here also you can see what is EMF. E equal to EMF is, in case of a generator, V plus IA into ZS. You can say IA into ZS. Here V will be equal to 0. Why terminal voltage equal to 0? Because it is short circuited here. Short circuited means voltage equal to 0. So you can say E equal to what? IA into ZS. E equal to IA into ZS. ZS is a constant, means E is proportional to IA. IA means here what is armature current? In this case, current flowing through the armature is what? ISC is equal to IA equal to ISC. So armature current is ISC. So you can say E proportional to IA, which is proportional to what? ISC. So ISC. Now you know that this E is proportional to IA, proportional to ISC, or E is also proportional to IF. It is proportional to IF. E is proportional to flux and it is proportional to IF. So you can say ISC is always directly proportional to IF. So a curve between ISC and IF will be a linear Cara again. So it is again a linear Cara. And now one more point you have to note, it is always a linear Cara. OCC is not always linear. It is linear in most of the region, but in the starting and the end, at the terminal, at the end region also it is not linear. But here the short circuit Cara is always linear. Its reason is due to the armature reaction in the machine. This circuit under the short circuit test will be a reactive, entirely inductive circuit. There is no resistance because resistance is not, it is almost still it is a reactive circuit. Whenever the circuit is inductive or lagging, the effect of armature reaction is demagnetizing. So a flux produced due to this IA will, phi A is always opposing this phi M main flux. So due to this reason, this phi M cannot increase beyond a limit. So flux is not going to the saturation region. That is why this short circuit Cara is always a linear Cara. So you should understand about how this open circuit Cara and short circuit Cara is, what is the shape of that. Actually it is a prerequisite. Before we are going to the voltage regulation method, you should understand these two. So I am stopping this here. Thank you.